Hello, ladies, and welcome to week 5 of our Proverbs 31 Bible study. So far, we've explored week 1, Value in God's Eyes, Proverbs 31:10. Week 2, Trust and Integrity, Proverbs 31:11 to 12. Week 3, Diligence, Planning, and Care, verses 13 through 15. Week 4, Wisdom, Productivity, and Perseverance, verses 16 to 18. This week we focus on verses 19 to 21, which highlight the Proverbs 31 woman's skills, generosity, and compassion, qualities that enrich her life and the lives of those around her. So let's read the scripture. She puts her hands to the distaff, and her hands hold the spindle. She opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. Now notice the action words: puts, holds, opens, reaches, and clothed. These words show skill, generosity, and preparation. I'm going to read another translation. This is going to be the Passion Translation. She stretches out her hands to help the needy, and she lays hold of the wheels of government. She is known by her extravagant generosity to the poor, for she always reaches out her hands to those in need. She is not afraid of tribulation, for all her household is covered in the dual garments of righteousness and grace. So teaching part 1 is skillful work. Verse 19 says, she puts her hands to the distaff, and her hands hold the spindle. The distaff and spindle are tools for spinning wool, a skillful task, precise task. This demonstrates mastery and diligence in her craft. The application for single women, which would be develop your skills and talents, whatever they may be, craft, work, ministry, and personal gifts. Also, to practice excellence and diligence in what you do. Excellence is the state of being exceptionally good or superior, representing a high quality standard that exceeds normal expectations. It signifies a commitment to continuous improvement, high performance, and dedication in a specific area. Usage and examples, like for performance, her performance was a true demonstration of excellence. Quality, the manufacturer is known for the excellence of its products. Attainment, graduating with honors is a good sign of academic excellence or virtue. He worked with great care and diligence, a true excellence of character. Some synonyms are merit, superiority, distinction, quality, worth, virtue. And some key elements are continuous improvement. Excellence is not a one-time act, but a consistent habit. Exceeding standards, and involves going above and beyond what is required. Hard work and dedication. It is the result of focused, sustained effort and superior quality. It represents the highest caliber of work, service, and behavior. Now I want to dive into the definition of diligence. Diligence is the quality of working with steady, earnest, and persistent effort, combining careful attention to detail with determination to complete a task. It represents a hard-working attitude, and it is the direct opposite of negligence. It's often used in work, academic, and legal context. Some common usages examples would be like workplace or performance. She hoped that her diligence would be noticed at work. Research and thoroughness. The investigation required great diligence in tracking down every detail. Legal due diligence. The accused must prove they exercise all due diligence to ensure compliance. Personal development. Giving diligence to improve your skills leads to success. So some synonyms of diligence are consciousness, carefulness, application, persistence. Some key contexts are like business and legal. references to be reasonable care or the specific due diligence process in each research and legal defense. So, some reflective prompts. What skills or gifts has God given you? And another one is, how can you invest time this week to grow in them? So, teaching part 2 would be generosity and compassion. So, verse 20 says, she opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. So, the Proverbs 31 woman doesn't hoard, she shares generously with others. Compassion is active, not passive. She reaches out intentionally. So some application for single women could be, look for ways to bless others, even in small ways. Acts of generosity and compassion reflect God's heart. So I want to dive into the definition of generously. It's an adverb meaning to act in a kind, unselfish, or abundant manner, specifically showing a willingness to give more money, time, or help than expected. It implies lavishness, warmth, or plentiful amounts. Synonyms include liberally, bountifully, unselfishly. Usage and examples, giving, please give generously to the charity appeal. Some time and kindness, she generally offered her time to mentor new employees. Abundance, season the dish generously with herbs. Kindness, he generally praised his team for their hard work. So some key synonyms are liberally, open-handedly, ample, abundantly. Now I want to dive into the definition of compassion, which is a deep awareness of other person's suffering combined with a genuine active desire to alleviate it. More than just empathy, it is a pro-social emotion that prompts action to help. It involves sympathy, non-judgment, understanding, and a willingness to offer support. Key aspects of compassion: awareness and action, recognizing suffering and taking steps to help relieve it. 3 flows: giving compassion to others, receiving it, and self-compassion. Sometimes we forget about that last one, ladies. It's very important not to neglect it and treat it as the other 2, just as important. So some distinctions are, unlike sympathy, feeling for someone, compassion involves a stronger motivation to ease pain. So usage examples are volunteering, like at a homeless shelter or animal rescue, listening actively to a friend in distress without judgment, maybe donating to a charitable cause after a natural disaster, offering encouraging words or shoulder to cry on, practicing self-compassion by treating oneself with kindness during personal failure. So some synonyms are sympathy, pity, mercy, tenderness, kindness, empathy, forgiveness. Types of compassion: maybe familiar compassion, felt for family members, often instinctive. Okay, but now the stranger compassion is directed toward people outside of one's immediate circle. And self-compassion, offering kindness to oneself during personal struggles. So some reflection prompt: who in your life or community could use a blessing this week? How can you give your time, resources, or encouragement? So teaching part 3 is preparedness and care. Verse 21 says, she is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. This shows planning, foresight, and care for those under her responsibility. She ensures her household is protected and well prepared. Application for single women: you could prepare your life spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Being proactive in care and planning shows wisdom and faithfulness. So some definitions: protected, which is describes something kept safe from injury, damage, danger, or loss. Often through legal, physical, or technical safeguards, and implies being guarded, shielded, or secured. Common examples include protective species, protected animals like natural forests, data access restricted by software or laws. Usage examples: environmental or legal. Endangered species are protected by internal law. Physical: the plants are protected by a clear plastic cover. Security: the facility is protected site with high security. Or computing: the protected method could be assessed by subclasses only. Some synonyms of protected are general, like guarded, shielded, secured, sheltered, safe. Maybe a legal perspective: preserved, safeguarded, fortified, contextual, immune, defended, covered. So now we're going to go into some key aspects of being well prepared, which would be ready for challenges. It implies being equipped to handle likely obstacles. Thoroughness: it involves having made all the necessary arrangements or plans beforehand. Competence often suggests a state of being knowledgeable, briefed, or trained, well prepared. Contextual examples: people. A well-prepared student is organized and knowledgeable for tests. Situations or items: a well-prepared presentation is thoroughly researched and structured. Context: a well-planned team is one that has practiced extensively. Synonyms are equipped, organized, ready, fortified, forearmed, and thorough. So some reflective prompt: how do you currently prepare for challenges in life? Do you just roll with the punches, or do you take preparation seriously? For me, a little bit of both, but I can definitely use refining in that area. Also, what areas could benefit from intentional preparation? Now, lastly, here are some reflective questions that I want you to take time to think about throughout this week. Number 1, what skills or talents can you sharpen to honor God? Number 2, how can you actively practice generosity and compassion this week, even in the little things? You can find ways to be a blessing to many people just in passing, whether it's people we were familiar with or people that we don't know, just on our day-to-day. And 3, are there areas in your life where better preparation or care is needed? So I encourage journaling or commenting on the post and starting a group discussion about it, about where we can all improve. That would be great. So in closing, thank you for joining week 5 of Proverbs 31 Bible study. Remember, God is shaping women who are skilled, compassionate, and prepared, even in single season. These qualities are being developed to bless your life and the lives of others.